Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. On this 10.04.2022, current time is 6:56 a.m. Eastern Time here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York where I live and reside. This morning we are on the Twitch. We just got done doing our Anchor morning audio. It is a Tuesday. Yes, I know. Why are you broadcasting? And besides that, it's close to 7 o'clock. Don't you have to go to the day job? No, I have this whole week off, folks. I have this whole week off. I'm Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Twitch, as well as over there as I'm fixing my light here. Over there on Twitter, we're at Fireman Rich, where I tote myself as a social media observer, social media enthusiast. In other words, I like playing on this thing called the internet, and that's exactly what we're doing this morning. We did not get a broadcast in yesterday, and there was a reason for that. I was traveling. I was on the road. I went downstate, had some family to meet, and we had some family matters to take care of, which was a very good morning that we were able to do what we had to do. And I'm not going to get into it as far as that goes. It just was a very good day, and I felt great going down there. I was a little apprehensive at first, but coming back home after everything was said and done, a very pleasant drive back home here, and I stayed off the internet for the day. I was offline for the whole day, and I'm glad I did, because it just, sometimes you have to do that. You do have to do that, but it just was a good day. Good morning, Double J's. It is what it is. Yes, it is, exactly. And it was more than what was expected as far as that goes. Seeing some family that I haven't seen in years as far as doing things. Oh, I do have the morning coffee. I'm back doing the teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa. This past weekend I didn't have it. I didn't realize until because I think it's butterscotch coffee that we're drinking now. It's a little high-end coffee, but it's good. Glad to have you here, Double J's. As far as that goes, thank you for your like on Twitter. I noticed that when I was doing my Anchor morning audio this morning. Thank you very much. That's very gracious and generous and all that. And thank you very much as far as that goes. And yes, good morning to you, sir. Well, actually, you're in the afternoon, because I know you're ahead of us as far as that goes. I'm just cranking up my world times and temperature thing and stuff. Stand by for a minute, please. Okay. So we're just getting that started as far as the times and temperatures here. But I'm glad that you're here. I know I'm encroaching on another broadcaster's time slot as far as that goes, and I don't care. I'm broadcasting. I have the time to do it now, so I'm going to do it. But I do want to give the gentleman a plug, because I do pop in when I'm getting ready to go out to the day job, and that's Hal Moss. He's going to be firing up here soon. I don't see him coming up on the board yet. He is broadcasting. I like what I like. Love the Twitter posts you do. So thank you, Double J's. Yes. Like I said, Twitter is my mainstay, at Fireman Rich, and this is Hal Moss. He's going to be going. I expect him up on the board here. If I got my Twitter or my Anchor morning audio done earlier and I got up, I was thinking about, let's just stay on for about maybe 20, 30 minutes and we can rate it. And it's just like, you know what? I got the audio up and I'm broadcasting now, so I'm on a day off, so I apologize to Hal if I'm encroaching on him, because I know there's going to be some viewers here. They'll be over on his broadcast. That's fine. No. Doesn't matter. It's okay. We're all grown-ups here as far as that goes. So, but I am glad that you're here, Double J's, and thank you again for the likes on the Twitter and the posts there. I try and Twitter is my. I don't agree 100% on what Twitter, the current team that's on Twitter, because Twitter is, I mean, they lean left. Okay, that's it. They make no bones about that and stuff, but it's still a good platform, and I'm using it, and I appreciate that. They didn't kick me off or anything, and all the other folks of my outlook, I guess. There are alternatives, and I have looked into those alternatives, but I'm using them just as a backup. I do have a Truth Social. I know that people don't like that because of one individual. So I don't really give a flying, I'm using it. It's just like Twitter. I think every platform has a uniqueness of its own, and I'm on Gitter. Parler had some problems there, I guess, as far as that goes. The mainstream social media platforms wanted to ban it and all this other stuff because of one individual, which I think, in my opinion, the way the individual is being scrutinized is unfair. Okay, there's bad. Believe me, I know firsthand. There's worse bad guys in this world than that one individual there. And I'm on Gab. Those are all leaning to the right as far as that goes, an alternative to Twitter. I did like the fact that Elon Musk was going to buy Twitter. Now he's not. I respect that. People are raking him over the coals, and Twitter's now trying to sue him because they're going to be losing out a lot of money. Well, they're not giving what Elon Musk requested. How many bots? There are bots here. There are bots on every platform, and I know that for a fact too. And I know anybody that uses this internet, if you don't think there are bots, then you got your head in the sand under a rock as far as that goes. But I like being on Twitter, and I again, Double J's, thank you for Double J's coming in from India. Do I have a card for you, Double J's? I think I do. Seeing I'm popping cards here. Let me see. I know I have one. Where are you? Holy crap, I don't have a card for you, Double J's. What the hell happened there? I thought I put one in there when I put Tina and Thammer. Yeah, there's Thammer. I got G's. Well, I'm going to correct that, Double J's. It's crazy on Twitter. I get so much unsolicited DMs. It's never used to be my okay. I got a blank card here, Double J's. I thought I had a card for you. I don't know what happened. I apologize for that, sir. Let's see. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I thought I got the card in there when I did Thammer's. Okay, I'm on an off day today, so I got a blank card. So I got it right here to do it. Okay, I got my marker and everything. So I will change that because Double J's, you have been here. You're a regular viewer as far as I'm concerned. So I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here as far as that goes. And I just see Hal Moss. He just went live. And Double J's, I think the cats took my cat. I wouldn't be surprised. Believe me, some of the stuff that comes missing up here, it's freaky because, well, what was the latest thing? Oh, a week ago when we had the big bin out here, the radiator thermometer there that we used to turn the heat on and stuff like that, the cover was missing, and it's like, what happened? I probably knocked it off when I was moving some boxes from upstairs going through the hallway, and I bumped it, and we're thinking the cat must have took it all. Well, 2 days later, I come home from work, and the missus, she goes, "Oh, I found it." And I go, "Found what?" "The cover." And I looked. I said, "Where was it?" It was out in the backyard next to the side stone steps porch on the back porch there. And the only thing we can surmise is when I hit it with the box, it popped onto the box. And I remember very distinctively, because they were pretty heavy boxes, when I got out on the top step, I set the boxes down. When I set the boxes down, they jumped a little bit, so it might have flew off in the grass. And that's the only thing we can think that how it got from there to there. The cats, they don't go outside, so there's no way the cat took it. So, but you may be right. Maybe I have one of the cats. Let's see, is there any cards? No, I'm going to change that, Thammer. Or Double J's, I'm sorry. Because I remember doing Thammer's. I thought I was going to do yours too, as far as that goes. So, but I have you on my list as far as regular viewers, as far as that goes. My original list, to post it there, but I also have it here with a bunch of other ones. The last one, who did I put on here? Tim Fan from Michigan, as far as that goes. So, let's see. Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, it is 44 to 47 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to have a steady rain this morning, showers continuing this afternoon, high near 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 90%. Rainfall around a half an inch if we do get it. I'm looking out right now, and yeah, it looks like it could. It's cloudy, so we could have some rain as far as that goes. And yesterday was gorgeous. My drive downstate to visit with family, doing what we had to do yesterday, and it was very surreal, very emotional as far as that goes. But it's something that, to me, it signifies COVID's over with, because it was COVID that prevented us from having a service for my brother, who passed away over a year ago. So he's not gone. I don't want to say it was we said goodbye to him. We did say some people look at the funeral at a cemetery. That's the final. They're gone. No. The ones that have passed are always in our hearts, and my kid brother will always be in my heart. He lived a really full life. He did a lot of traveling, and it was a pleasant. Well, I was a little apprehensive going down there yesterday morning, because I had to start early, get on the road yesterday early morning, and but I got down there. I met my older brother, and he's looking pretty good for pushing. He's 5 years older than me, so he's pushing 70, and he's looking like he looks younger than me. Believe it or not, he does. He says he's working out 5 days a week and stuff. He's retired, as far as that goes, and but he's doing things and to keep busy and stuff like that. I saw my cousin that I hadn't seen in a number of years, a group of years. I think the last time I saw him was when his mother passed, and it seems like the only time I see family members now is when somebody. Hey, good morning, Chris Tech. I know you're probably doing a dual watch. I know I'm encroaching on Hal's broadcast, but hey, c'est la vie. I'm here. I'm off this week also. Oh, just to let you know, I am off all this week. I was off yesterday. I'm off today. I'll be off for the rest of the week. I got some vacation time I'm going to be taking. So I did the Anchor Morning Audio, and now I'm doing the broadcast here. I was going to try and get this going before Hal started, and then we could have rated him. But I'm on his. I know you're probably watching him. That's fine. That's no problem. I'm not going to lose any sleep. It's not my normal. I don't normally broadcast on a Tuesday. I think last week I did broadcast on a Thursday instead of doing the Anchor Morning Audio, and that was for the football picks, which we'll get to as far as that goes. So this is sort of a special Tuesday. I'm on a day off, and I wanted to broadcast. I didn't do anything on the internet yesterday, so I guess I'm playing catch up a little bit. But we did it. I did have a good trip yesterday. The drive back after the service was very surreal, going up through the Catskills. The downstate, going through the Catskills, the leaves are changing. The colors are fantastic. Oranges, yellows, reds. And it was very, and I could feel my brother in my heart as we were going back. as I was coming back home. As far as that guy, yes, Rich is taking a break. Yes, Rich, taking a break from routine. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'll jump back into the routine. As much as I say I'm taking a break. As far as yesterday, I had to. I had. That was a given. It's real world stuff. I had to get on the road early, so I'm not gonna. I can't be messing around trying to get a broadcast. It's not that important. The important thing is meeting up with family and taking care of what we had to take care of, and as far as that goes, it's gonna ship today. Oh, I'm getting a new phone. Yeah, I saw some of probably about the first third of Randy's. I guess you're getting a new phone. Okay, you get a new phone. Good for you. I mean, how long have you had your other phone? A year? Some people that as soon as it was last year they had a new phone out. Now they have a newer phone. Again, I can't see the expense. I'm still using my LG Stylo 5 phone. I think there's a Stylo 6 out. It works for me. So, 2 years, even 2 years. I don't know how much more are you paying for it. That's the thing. Can you justify the cost? I upgrade okay, you upgrade. Okay, if that's your schedule, I upgrade maybe once every 10, 15 years. As far as that goes. But the weather was nice. We're supposed to get some rain today. Our times and temperatures around the world, let me get those in here as far as now that we're doing it. In Honolulu, which is current time today at 1:12 a.m., it's cloudy, partly cloudy sky, 79 degrees. I think it's, I don't understand that comment, Double J's. I think blank gets an upgrade. Okay. I'm a tech guy. I like to upgrade. Yeah, if you're into that thing. I'm a tech guy too, but I can read about it. I don't need to get the actual hardware because the difference between the new phone and the past phone, is there that much of a difference? As far as that goes. It's a marketing thing. Okay, you can say you're getting it every 2 years, say, justified saying you're a tech guy, but is it that much significance? I can see maybe once every 4 years and stuff like that. I think Chris gets he gets an upgrade. Which is, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. That's fine. It's just not my thing. The big difference from my current phone. Oh, is there a big difference? Okay, that, like I said, it's on the Apple side. What's my last newest was probably my iPad Mini, which is like 10 years old. So it still works. I'm still using it. I'm looking at the world times and temperatures here on the clock and temperature. So in Honolulu, it's 79 degrees. In Phoenix, Arizona, it's clear skies, 70 degrees at 4:14 a.m. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, at 5:14 p.m. or a.m. in the morning, Rich. It's 50 degrees, cloudy skies. Chicago, clear skies at 6:14, 48 degrees. No, it's 46 degrees. And in New York City, the jungle at 7:14 a.m. We got rain down in New York City. It's probably the remnants of Hurricane Ian, because that broke up as far as that goes. It's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Across the pond at 12:15 p.m., Cork, Ireland, it is cloudy. No, it's raining there too in Cork, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy, partly cloudy, sunny skies in Milan at 1:15 p.m., 70 degrees Fahrenheit. In Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, it's 2:15 p.m., it is 99 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny. On our good friend Randy W. Horton's broadcast, he said that there was a dust storm. I guess their cooler temperatures are pleasant, but he had some dirt in the air or something like that. He was coughing at the beginning of his broadcast. Over in New Delhi, India, at 4:45 p.m. in the afternoon, it's partly cloudy skies, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in Mumbai, India, at 4:45 p.m., where Double J's is from, it's 86 degrees, partly cloudy and sunny over there in Mumbai. So we're just waking up, and Double J's is getting ready to have dinner. In Kuala Lumpur, it is raining at 7:16 p.m., 79 degrees Fahrenheit. In Tokyo, Japan, clear evening skies at 8:16 p.m., 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in Melbourne, Australia, at 10:16 p.m. in the evening, it's 54 degrees and sliding over to, let's see, they got cloudy skies in Sydney at 10:16 p.m. At 63 degrees Fahrenheit. So there we have it, the world temperatures and times. Good weather. Oh, so it is good weather even despite the cloudiness. Yeah. I'm not sure how this is. I could see a few gaps in the clouds here, but we're going to have some rain. It's fall weather. It was beautiful fall weather yesterday, as far as that goes. Out there in Deming, New Mexico, Chris is ringing in at 62 degrees Fahrenheit with a high of 77. It's even cooler there, so it's getting cooler all the way around. And the changing of the seasons as far as that goes. And let me check my audio here real quick. I didn't check that on the initial. Okay, yeah, the audio's doing good. And Chris says we're going to get some rain here all week, which you probably need, so the wildland fires don't happen, I guess, as far as that goes. Rain is always good out there in the western parts of the United States, the Southwest, the Western, and the Northwest, as far as to keep everything moist and prevent it from. Oh wow! Just noticing my CPU rate. I restarted the computer, but the CPU rate just spiked. That's interesting. I'm using OBS 28.0.2, and when I fired it up, there's a new update. It's 28.0.3, so I might be updating that later. I like this new OBS 28. It's working good. I've got I re-signed into my my OBS, and I've got the chat up here. I got the chat down here on my Surface 3, and I've got the chat over here on the Stream Manager on the LG Stylo 5 phone. Do you prefer UPS or FedEx or UPS to deliver? I think we get, to be honest with you, most of the packages that we get delivered here in the village now, it used to be FedEx, but it was always we'd order from Amazon. We get Amazon. Amazon always throws the packages out, so it's we get it. I don't have a preference, but for the area, it's primarily FedEx delivers in this area. But I'm seeing a lot of Amazon trucks, the little blue delivery vans and stuff like that. I watched Netflix movie ABT, the firefighters who lost their lives in the wildland fires. That's a good story, Double J's. That tells the wildland fires. I know firsthand. Let's see, UPS and FedEx are here in my. Okay, you don't have Amazon and whatever. Oh, yeah, the United States Postal Service. Yeah, that's a given. You don't have Amazon that delivers. We have Amazon. We have the little blue trucks that are. They're all gas trucks. They're not electric. But getting to that Netflix movie, Double J's, I can attest, and I know firsthand, wildland fires are the hardest fires to fight. They're all hard, but let's see. No, Amazon doesn't deliver my. Okay, but. Wildland fires, the first time I saw a crown fire, and that's a wildland fire where you have a tree maybe 30, 40 feet, and that whole tree is one big flame, it scares the bejeebies out of you. Even the nearest warehouse is in Albuquerque. Okay. And but that scares the living crap. And I imagine in that movie, Double J's, there was probably a lot. When you see trees that are fully engulfed in flames, and that's a crown fire. That's known as a crown fire. It's a term we use when we're firefighting. Hey, Dora. So I've seen that on Netflix. I have not watched it. I'm very familiar with the story. of the firefighters that were lost. I mean, any wildland fighters. I have stopped. I used to do this thing where I used to make note on the Tioga Fire Prevention and Fire Protection and Fire Prevention webpage that I had. I still have it. I haven't posted anything in the years. I would put the line of duty deaths. There were so many for COVID that I decided I'm stopping. I mean, it just, as far as that goes, things change so fast. Respect for, yeah, you have to be. Oh, look at the hurricane that just came through, Hurricane Ian. Look at the devastation that's down there in Florida right now. And I know there's some people, our president will be going down there and they'll try and hint that it was part of global warming. No, it's not part of global warming. They have hurricanes down there as far as that goes. And so, but you do have, and I know that firsthand because we've had our big flood of 2011. Believe me, I respect even the gentle giant of the Susquehanna that's about a half a mile right across the highway there. That's the one side of the dike area for my village. When it overflowed, it came 2 miles inland, and as far as that goes, so you see it in on the TV news reels and stuff like that, and say, oh, okay, yeah. But when you actually experience, it's like, holy crap, Mother Nature is a strong force as far as that goes. So yes, you have to. Things do change fast, and you do have to respect nature. NBA, by the way, the NBA started. Oh, did it? Okay, I'm focused in on football, Chris, so I probably won't be paying attention to NBA. I know the Celtics, they have a coaching issue, which I'm not too happy with as far as that goes. I think the Celtics probably did the right thing. If the coach, he's a good coach, but is he that good of a coach if he infringes on the rules? So I don't know. As far as that goes, I did have a thought for the day, and it might come and tail on what we're talking about with let's see, it's from Leonardo da Vinci, and I said all this on my Anchor Morning Audio, so I'm just sort of, it's a repeating of what I said on the Anchor Morning Audio. But our thought for the day, and quote from Leonardo da Vinci, is simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Simplicity. Okay, so I thought the word simplicity meant simple, but it's not really. Now that I think of it, it's not really simple. If I put it in the Google for definition, simplicity. The definition of simplicity is let's see. Defined. Simplicity, the quality or condition of being ease to understand or do. Okay, so that's what it is. The quality and condition of being plain or natural. So it's being simple. Simple is good. And sophisticated, you don't have to have the best clothes, the best car to be sophisticated. You can be sophisticated in a general way to where it benefits you, because I think you become more of a gracious person. You're not self-centered as far as you're looking at others. It's part of being a kindness, and that. So the thought for the day, I think, is a really good one. It's simple, in a manner of speaking, but it's simple. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Leonardo da Vinci. So there we have it. Let's see. Only the Brave is the name of the movie on Netflix. Okay. Yeah. That's. And believe me, you gotta be brave. You can be brave and still scared at the same time, because I'll tell you again from firsthand, being at several wildland fires that took up hundreds. This is out when I was out in Kansas, and you saw walls of fire just rolling across the plains and stuff like that. It's a surreal visual experience, and you never forget it. It's like seeing I've seen tornadoes out there. When you see tornadoes up and close, not on TV, I mean right there, and it's off maybe 2 miles, and you're seeing this like, holy crap. That's exactly what you're saying. Holy crap. Is this actually happening? It is, as far as that goes. Mike Tomlin put Trubisky on the bench during... Yeah, the Jets won. That's all I gotta say. I could care less about the Giants or the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everybody was saying the Pittsburgh was going to win. I said you got to have faith in the Jets. That's my new phrase for the Jets. And the Jets pulled out another one. I think the kid he put in, he played pretty good. So I think he's going to take over Trubisky's thing. So I think. Pittsburgh is not playing up to what they should be playing, I think, Chris. That's just my opinion. The Steelers plays the Bills this Sunday. Yeah, and the Bills are going to trounce on the Steelers. I'm not sure where that game is. That game in Buffalo? It's probably in Buffalo. The Bills did lose one last week. Yeah, Trubisky isn't. It's not that he's not good. I think it's just he's not in sync. So, coach, that's why you have a coach to make those decisions. That was a pretty hard because I was watching, I was seeing that game on this past Sunday. I was getting the updates on the NFL channel on my Surface 3. And when I didn't see Trubisky, I said, wait a minute, that's a different guy. And it's like, holy crap. But the Jets won that, so that was a good win. And on my football picks on that game, just to be, let's see, where is that game? The Jets, 24-20. Tony D changed last minute his pick for that particular game. He had the Steelers, Chris, but he decided to go. It was Sunday. He has a broadcast Sunday morning, and he was using Restream. But for that game, he initially, the Steelers, CBS had the Steelers to win. And what did Ted say? And Ted Hicks said the Pittsburgh Steelers, or the Jets are not going to win against Pittsburgh. And he stayed with that. Tony changed a last-minute change. And then Brian down there in Texas, he picked the Jets also, as far as that goes. So the Jets won, the Giants, the Bills won, of course, and that was one that Ted Hicks he made a change from the Bills to the Ravens. And where are my Giants here? Oh, the Bears beat the Giants, and Tony made a change there. He changed from the Bears to the Giants last minute. So we all had our picks. There was quite a few people on that pick. I did pretty good. I what did I do overall? I picked 11 wins and I had 5 losses. I tied with Tony, and then Ted came out next with 9 wins, 7 losses, and Brian really got raked. He only picked 2 winners and 14 losers. So I'm not sure what the overall percentage is, but I did. Me and Tony tied in the number of picks of wins and losses on the football. It was a good. I loved. It was a long day because we had the football game in London, and that was a good game. That was the Vikings, and on that game. Let's see, the Vikings, me and Ted picked the Vikings. CBS, Tony, and Brian picked the Saints. And the Saints could have won that game. They could have won that game easily. It was 28-23. I think it went into overtime, and they won it on a field goal and stuff. But that early morning game at 9:30 Eastern, that was a good football game. I like those early. I guess who's going over there next? The Packers and Giants are going to go over to London in two weeks. But the Pittsburgh Steelers will be playing. Let's see what that game is, and that will be week. That's going to be. I think it's week 5. We're already going into the 5th week. Okay, Giants play Packers. Oh, okay, that's next week. Okay, okay, it's not. I thought it was in 2 weeks. That's next week. Okay, so we're having an early game Monday. The Thursday night game is going to be the Colts and Broncos. I'm not sure. I'm going to be making my picks. I'll do that tomorrow night on the Wednesday night show. Yeah, Steelers will be at the Bills. That's a Sunday afternoon game. And the Dolphins-Jets. That's a game. My brother used to watch those. He went to a couple Dolphin-Jets game. He was a diehard Dolphins fan. And so I got to root for the Jets. I know my kid brother. He can sit wherever he wants. I joked with my older brother. We were talking about football yesterday, and he was telling me about my kid brother's football collection that he has. Nick Bonicani sent him a personal letter, as far as that goes, signed and all that and stuff. And I said, wow, I forgot about that. He was a Dolphins fan back with Bob Greasy when we were kids. He loved the Dolphins, and so in a sense, the Jets will probably lose. I'm gonna pick the Jets, but the Dolphins, the Jets are at home. So I said I was going to be picking all the New York teams to win every week. So let's see, what else do we have here? Let's see. And let's see, right currently here we have, 3 viewers? I know Double J's one. I'm probably one of them. And then we got Chris who's hanging out. And as far as the broadcast, so I greatly appreciate. So it feels good to be broadcasting. I think my last broadcast was last Thursday. So I didn't get one in. Yeah, I think it was Thursday morning, because I didn't broadcast Friday for some reason. I think. Let me check my notes. Yeah, when was the 1st of October? 1st of October. Oh, I know what I did. I did a Twitter live on Friday. Friday morning, I did a Twitter live broadcast. That's right. So, yeah, it was Thursday. So I did a Twitter live at the last, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I did broadcast. So I'm broadcasting now, which is good. And Tina is in hell. Yeah, that's what I figured you'd be over there. So I know you're watching both, Chris. That's fine. Tina, I'm not encroaching, because Hal's got more than his share of viewers right now from what I'm seeing on the tote board, so that's fine. I just wanted to come in as far as a casual broadcast, and I might be broadcasting every morning this week, because I am off. I took some vacation time. I have to do some personal business to take care of this week, and it's not a lot, but I had vacation time to burn, so I burned it. Because today is also the missus in my 36th year of being married. This is my anniversary today, and we're going to be celebrating by going to lunch later today at an Italian restaurant up there in Binghamton. So yeah, we can get. Let's see. Can I remember what we had? We had. Okay, yeah, we could do the dinner. What'd you have for dinner? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's the anniversaries now are just, we recognize them. We don't go overboard on them, because 36 years. We are going to go out to dinner or out to lunch, and I'm probably dropping frames. I'm dropping frames now. Let's see, for the dinner report. Thank you, Double J's. Thank you. The dinner report. Chris Tech had 4 homemade beef tacos. Okay. Let's see. What did we have? What did we have last night?
Leftover stuff.
Oh, leftover. What was that leftover stuff?
Cabbage, like the haluki soup.
Oh, we had the leftover cabbage soup last night, which was actually good, because the missus doctored it up with some mozzarella cheese, which was really good. I love mozzarella cheese. I don't get enough of that.
Green chili tomatoes.
What's that?
The green chili tomatoes.
Oh, and green chili tomatoes. She added that in. So, hey, coincidence, you took time off from work. Yeah. So, hey, coincidence. Oh, are you taking time off, Double J's, also? Green chili. Yeah, it had that. It had some beef in it, some cabbage and stuff. It was leftovers from last week, and it tasted good. It tasted really good. New Mexico green chilies. Oh, I don't know. Do you know what kind of green chilies?
Huh?
Do you know what kind of green chilies?
Oh, they're just mild green chili.
Mild green chilies. And they're
Yeah,
not sure. They're
with
just
chopped with cut tomato.
yeah, with some chopped tomato and stuff like that. So that's our dinner report there, stuff like that. So thank you, Chris, for the dinner report. And hey, coincidence you took time off. Yeah, you need to take some time off from work, especially when you have it. I thought I was only going to get one day, and yesterday was the important day to get off because it's more or less to have the service for my my kid brother, because New Mexico has red and green. Yeah. I think red and green. So are you saying that chilies only come from New Mexico, red and green? Chris? No, just kidding. Double J's. No, I mean your time off from work and coincidence. Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that was a factor, and it wasn't a coincidence. That was planned. I put in for Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I got Monday, and then I have a coworker that filled in for Tuesday and Thursday, and then another coworker that I usually fill in for. He came in Friday. So I thought I was only going. I told my supervisor I have to have Monday off. If I got to call in sick, I'm calling in sick. And said I gotta go to my kid brother's. He said, "Oh no, you'll go." And I just have some good coworkers that they filled in, no problem. As far as we cover each other and stuff like that. So, let's see. No, I mean time off from. And actually, I always think about taking time off right around the 4th of October anyway. Double J's. It's as far as because I want to go out to lunch. I love going to lunch with the missus. Let's see, lots of laugh. Chris says yeah, and then Chris Tech Deming has the biggest chili factory. Oh, I didn't know. Really? Oh, that's interesting. That'd be an interesting tour. Go into a chili factory. That would be cool. I would love to see their process. I'm always interested in a workflow process, as far as when I worked at IBM, I loved that. Loved working at IBM in Endicott when I first got out of the service. That was by far. Was that better than what I'm doing now? Yeah. No, they're about equal. I think IBM was better because it was my father worked for IBM. Where I'm currently working, where I've been working for 17, I can't really go into it. I don't want to go into it, but there's aspects to where I work at that it's some interesting stuff that goes on where I work, as far as that goes. And let's see, Deming has, but the workflow wherever you work at, and I'm dropping frames again. So let's see, what's the CPU? CPU rate's over 30. Wow. I'm looking on the Surface 3. How's the picture look to you, Chris? And I restarted my PC box. I'm just wondering if it's because I don't have the new update. So we're pushing 45 minutes already. Oh, looks good. Okay. Yeah, I'm just noticing on the bottom here. It's I got drop frames. It's 0.1%, and yeah, you are dropping frames. Okay, so it does. The audio I know will be good. So that's all I'm. I'm pushing it a little bit longer and stuff like that. So I'm aware of it. Yeah, I'm hitting between 30 up to 40. The little box is in green, but it has been flashing red. So just the nature of the beast for broadcasting and stuff like that. So let's see, what else? What do we have today in history? Oh, today we have, let's step back one. Let's go to the National Day. Nationals Day is not too inviting. Let's see. Today is the 4th of October, 2022. It is the 277th day, the 40th week. It's 76%. We're done with the year. Let's see. National Cinnamon Bun Day. I like that one, Cinnamon Bun Day. Then there's National Golf Lovers Day. Oh, it's Tuesday, so National Taco Day. I think that just beat out National Cinnamon Bun Day because Tuesday Taco Tuesday. This one could National Vodka Day. I drink vodka very, very rarely. You have to mix it with something because it just the plain taste of vodka is like, eh. National Eat Fruit at Work Day. Well, I'm not at work, so I'm not going to be eating any fruit. Let's go with National Taco Day. Shit, we had tacos last night. Chris. But today is National Taco Day, October 4th. Get 1, 2, or 3 on National Taco Day, and then you probably had what? How many tacos did you have yesterday? What do we have up there on the for the dinner report? What is it? I can't see it. What? Oh, you had 4 homemade tacos. Okay, you had 4 homemade tacos. So Chris was early on the national taco. Okay, 4. The day recognizes the savory tortillas stuffed with fillings. It doesn't have to be Tuesday to get out and enjoy your flavor. So there you go. You're saved on that last sentence there. You had National Taco Day yesterday. Hashtag National Taco Day. The history of tacos predates the arrival of Europeans in Mexico. Anthropological evidence shows that native people lived in the lake region of the Valley of Mexico traditionally ate tacos filled with small fish, a fish taco. So that was the first taco. Traditional ate tacos filled with small fish. At the time, the Spanish conquistadors documented that the first taco feast enjoyed by Europeans. Let's see, Beno Diaz del Castello documented the first taco feast enjoyed by Europeans. Cortez arranged this meal for his captors. It is unclear why the Spanish used the word taco to describe this native food. One suggests the origin of the word a taco, A-T-A-C-O, means stuff or to stuff. You're updating the OBS? Yeah, I'll probably update mine. Let's see. Yeah, Russian don't need a vodka. Yeah, they don't need a vodka. Exactly, double J's. Now, vodka, to my understanding, is made from potatoes. I saw a video yesterday, or was it on TikTok? I think I saw a TikTok, or maybe it was Facebook, whatever they call that, the reels. Whether you prefer soft or hard shell tortillas, most agree tacos satisfy a snack craving. However, they also make delicious meals. Consider that many are filled with seasoned lean meats and vegetables. Tacos go beyond delicious. Fish tacos and shrimp tacos with grilled seafood add a whole other flavor profile. I've never had a fish taco or a seafood taco. Let's see. I prefer hard shell tacos. I like hard shells, but if I had a preference, I'd go with the soft shell. It's just, you can grab that. I guess the hard shell, when I bite it, it seems to crumble a lot, in most cases. Ask for grilled chicken and hold the cheese. Yeah, grilled chicken and tacos is good. Many restaurants offer special on this food holiday today. So today is National Taco Day. And do they have tacos in India, Double J's? Can you get a taco in India? Do they have a Taco Bell maybe in New Delhi? Maybe is Mumbai? Mumbai is a pretty good a good sized city. I would figure. But New Delhi is probably bigger. Oh, okay. I'm just getting an update here. It's sunny in Mumbai now. It changed from cloudy to sun. So it is a nice day from what I'm seeing. Sunny. When you get the sun on this what I'm seeing on my iPad Mini, my old iPad Mini, it just changed to sunny day to Mumbai. Can you get tacos in? Let's see, Chris, chili producing. Okay. Check that link. Okay, I'll check that. Let's see. That's a negative. Indians are not very adventurous with. Are you? They're not adventurous. Indian food here in the United States, that's an adventure because of the flavors. They stick with Indian food. Okay, so they don't really go into. That's an interesting outlook. That's interesting that they don't. India are not very adventurous with foods, but the Indian food, that's an adventure in itself. What little I've had, I guess it's not. It's probably nothing compared to what I would actually get over in India, as far as that goes, and stuff. So, okay, hang on for a minute. I will be right back. I want to check on something here real quick. Okay, we're back. I've refreshed my coffee here and stuff. Well, it's tough for me since I grew up outside India. It's huge culture shock. Yeah, because you got a chance to see other things there, Double J's. And as far as that goes and stuff, we have people here in the United States that I don't think they just know where they're at. I mean, there's people here in New York State. They don't get outside New York State, and their opinions are. Hang on for a minute. Okay. There's people that just they have an opinion of overseas, but they don't have a clue because they never leave where they're at. I like your elevator. No, that's bubble. That's from YouTube library of copyright free music. It's bubblegum ball game. I like that. It's a good intro. It's not my normal intro, but this isn't my normal broadcast as far as that goes. But I think when you get outside, one of the best things I really cherish is the fact that when I was in the service, I was able to go overseas and see different countries and different people. I was over out of the 20 years I was in, 13 years has been overseas. I've been to Europe. I went to the Pacific Rim, where I went to Japan, Korea, and the Philippines, and I traveled around Europe. It was great. Let's see. That's why I love Randy. His outlook is very different. Yeah, but Randy, his shortfall is if an American is overseas too long, because there's some comments that he has made about the United States. I think he's a little out of touch. You can garnish information about where you live and stuff like that from the internet, but until it's a whole different picture. It doesn't paint the full picture. Randy's great that he has great experiences and stuff like that, and some of the and I've seen this when I was over in Europe, when I was stationed over in Italy. There was people that had opinions of the United States that they never visited. They just saw what they got their impression about what they saw on the news. And yep, you are right. Yeah, okay. So you know where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to be disrespectful for towards Randy, because Randy he's a world traveler. I mean, he brings a wealth of I mean I love his camel videos. They're great. And then when he went back to visit the Philippines, I've been to the Philippines, so I can relate to what he's seeing in the Philippines. one of the things I can't relate to is the modernization where he was at, as far as even with the devastation they had. He was in a mall. I'm like a mall in the Philippines. Of course, where I was stationed at was out in the boonies, as far as that goes, up in northern Luzon, in the back hills and stuff like that, along the coastal area there. But it's different perspectives as far as that goes, and for the most part Randy is spot on and stuff like that. But there's a few things that I think if he was to come back and spend some time back here in the States, but then he's spot on a lot of stuff, but there's some things that it's not totally gone awry, even though it may look like that. We have these ups and downs here in the United States and stuff like that, especially when we have our leaders saying crap that they shouldn't be saying, as far as that goes. Double J's, when I lived in the Middle East, I never went to a cafe he used to. I never went to the cafe he used to go. Never. Don't know how he does that. Oh, really? I know when I was overseas, he will surely have cultural shock if he moves. I don't think he'll be surprised. I think he might be surprised. It's going to be interesting. He's getting ready to go to London, I believe, on a business trip. And you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's just the missus. The missus going. She's going to be volunteering this morning here for a few hours. So I got a few hours to kick back this morning. Then we're going to go to lunch this afternoon at lunchtime. But because for me, even when we were over in my last duty assignment, the family, we were over in Japan, outside Tokyo, and we were over there for 3.5 years. We did go to Hawaii for a visit, but Hawaii is not the United States. I'm going to tell you that right now. Hawaii is probably a lot better. It's been over 25 years, 26, 27 years since I went to Hawaii with the family. And I know it's changed a lot since then, but Hawaii is not your typical, where I live, where I can honestly, even though I haven't been to New Mexico, where Chris lives, where Tina lives in New Jersey, and other people that live up there in Washington State, that's the real United States.
We got lots of places to visit.
Yeah, lots of places to visit. Yeah, Hawaii is a state. Yeah, I know it is a state, but it's not your typical United States. Okay, every time I've been Hawaii and I'm talking, when you go there, Chris, you'll see what I'm talking about. You're in the United States, but it's nothing like you've never seen. It's different than any other state because the atmosphere and stuff. It's great. Believe me, it's great. Expensive as hell, but when my first time in Hawaii, I'm looking around. I'm like, oh my God, this is the United States. I know it's a state. But it's always going, this is part of the United States. Wow, this is cool. And stuff. And let's see, Double J's backing up. Yeah, I am not so sure about his London trip. COVID cases are on the rise there. I hope he is careful. Yeah, they're on. To what extent? I haven't really seen it. I know you made. I saw this comment on you were telling Randy in one of his previous broadcasts and stuff like that. So when you're traveling, that's one of the concerns you have to take into account and stuff like that. Hopefully he gets the travel information and I heard him say that he heard something to say he might have to, if he goes to the Philippines, he has to stay 10 days in a quarantine again. Screw that. I'll wait. He should wait. He doesn't need to be burning his vacation as far as that goes. What the hell? Let's see. Can we do something here? Create highlights. How do you create highlights? What's this? This is something new. It's something in the. It says create highlight settings. I don't know what highlight settings is and stuff. I need to get my shots. Oh, your updated shots, my COVID booster and flu shot. Yeah, I'm skipping I've had last 25 years one flu shot. let's see. Yeah, one doesn't want to be quarantined in a foreign country in a hotel. That is not, yeah. That's not healthy as far as that goes. He should be quarantined at home, if anything. I'm skipping the flu shot. I know the missus got the flu. Did you get the flu shot?
No.
No? Okay. Oh, okay. It was somebody else. Okay. I'm not getting a flu shot. I don't see a need for it. I stay healthy. For 25 years, I've had the flu shot once, and when I got it that year, I think I was sick a few years back. In 25 years, I've been bedridden sick twice, and I was able to weather the storm. So I might think differently next year because I'll be over 65. I'm boosted up. I don't. They're starting to come out with I think it's a second booster. Let me see what I got here. Where's the card? Oh, my card fell down. I gotta look for it. I got the first shot, second shot. Did I get the booster? I think I got the booster. As far as that goes, and yeah, one doesn't. I always get the flu shot. Yeah, if it's a regular thing, you should do that because your system's accustomed to that. My system, I take vitamins every day. You can, what Randy takes, you could triple that. That's what I take. I take anywhere from 5 grams of vitamin C, 800 IUs of vitamin E. I take a B plus. I take a vitamin D. I take these other herbal tablets there that goes. I take a zinc every other day, but I'm taking vitamin C every day. For me, vitamin C is my guard. Yes, I remember you getting the boost. Okay, so yeah, I'm boosted. The next booster, I think it's the 4th shot, your second booster. They're just starting to come out with that. That's for the Omicron. It's specially designed for the Omicron because that's the variant that we have out here. It's actually from the people that have gotten it. To be honest with you, it's not full blown COVID. It's a very light version. From what I've been told, the people that have had it, it's a lighter version of the actual COVID. You still go through the aches and pains. It's like having a bad flu. The only difference is when you take the test, it's like you don't have flu, you have COVID. It's a variant. So the variant is low. You know, it's not the full-blown stuff that we had 2 years. The stuff that we had 2 years ago before Delta, that was bad shit. That scared the living bejeebies out of me, as far as that goes. Yep, that's true. What you said. Okay, Double J's, you agree? Okay, yeah, it's just what's out there and stuff. Because I know some people that I worked with that had the full-blown when it first came around, and they literally said they thought they were on their deathbed for 2 days, the 2 weeks that they were out. I wouldn't wish my worst enemy. Yeah, that's sort of, your worst enemy you just want to get rid of and stuff like that. That's torture. I don't believe, yeah, that'd be torture, Double J. Now that you say that, I wouldn't want to do it either. I agree with that. Yeah, that's, if you give somebody you don't like this person, that's like torturing somebody. I don't believe in the torture bit. As far as that, let's see, Chris. Yeah, I had the original variant of COVID in 2010. Yeah, that's what I was told. It was bad, and that scared that made me want to get the first shot as soon as possible because I was over 60, and it just having a previous condition where I'm a cancer survivor. I had prostate cancer. I'm not. Full disclosure on that, and I wasn't aware until my nurse practitioner told me you need to get it because you have a previous condition. I said, what previous condition? He said, you had a major operation, Rich. They remove your prostate. That's a condition. I said, that counts? And she goes, yeah. Even though I feel real healthy. He says, no. So I ended up getting the shot. And the vaccines. There's some things about the vaccines. They're just like any vaccine. There's going to be some things that will come out that, okay, why didn't they think about this beforehand? But for the vast majority, I think the vaccines are good. That's just my opinion as far as that goes. So, but the variant that we have right now is very low. I think it's on the low end. We have low numbers here in New York State. And for all intents and purposes, our president declared that the the epidemic was over with. He didn't cite any medical reference, but he just, well, I'm president. It's over with. Okay, if you say so. So there we have it. Let's see what else is going on. I wanted to get to let's go with what's going on this day in history. Let's see. Chris laughing. Yeah. Let's see. Mexico on this day, and let's see. Double J's. Well, it's old story. It's old story. It's been 2 years. Don't trust the vaccine, but do I trust the virus? That's interesting. Double J's. Yeah. Don't trust the vaccine, and don't trust the virus. Yeah. Do I trust the vaccine? I've watched the vaccine develop from the get-go to where it is now, and everything I've read up on it. And for me, I don't say I trust it, because what I don't trust is the people that first put it out. Oh, you get this vaccine, you won't get COVID. No, you can still get COVID. Those are the things I don't trust. I don't trust the people. The vaccine, though, people that did get the vaccine and did get COVID, it was lower. And this is going back to when they first rolled out the first shot. It was a lower. They still had to suffer a little bit, but it was lower in pain and stuff like that. So, yeah, Biden's like, yeah. Do I trust the virus? Can you trust any medicine? It's if you feel comfortable with it. I felt comfortable enough that I'm going to put this in my body, and it's going to help me. If I do, I was under the impression, this is going to prevent. But then the more I read about it, it's like, wait a minute. And then people were starting to get COVID when they got this, and that's it. So these doctors that are saying, it will prevent you from getting COVID, they were wrong, because it was still in its early stages. But when you start getting people that have COVID and they have the shot, and even when they got the booster, like Randy's a good case, they're going to get achy and pains, but not like full blown, like they're feeling like on their deathbed. That's the difference. Okay, you're going to still, it's like getting the flu. You're going to still have to weather the storm once you get it. And Chris Tech, Biden is like F you. Now, with that statement, do I trust Biden? No. He's still my president, but I don't trust him, because he's got some people that are influencing him, and I don't think he's actually in charge. I think somebody else is giving him cue cards to read, as far as that goes. I don't think he's all there and stuff like that, and there's enough evidence out there to back that up. But he's still the president, as far as that goes. I respect the offices of the presidency to the utmost, as far as that goes. And but I can also say, in saying that, in full disclosure, that this current president and vice president are the worst president and vice president I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I said it. So so the people that vote for him, just like I'm just shaking my head. It's like, really? Double J's, no, I don't trust Biden and have only respect for the office of presidency, but not the person. It depends on who's occupying. Like the president, my favorite president, I've said this before, President Reagan in my lifetime. I know there's some people that didn't really care for him, but he was probably the best president I'll ever see in my lifetime. I don't think there's some that try and come close, but the way that's working now, we won't see that. He and along with at that time the Democratic controlled Congress, he was able to work with them, and the Democrats wanted to work back. Now it's just cutthroat on both sides. So, hopefully those that are revising the president gives, I'm not saying trust, but hopefully they give them the right information and stuff like that. So I don't know. But getting back to I don't trust the virus. How can you trust anything that's going to, has a possibility of killing you, as far as that goes? Because there's been a lot of people that have passed from the virus. The vaccine, to a certain point, I guess I trust it because we've all taken it. I trust it up to that. But if I grow a second head or something like that, then I guess I'll just tell people don't trust the virus or the vaccine. You could just see a second head pop out. Even my godfather died from COVID. Yeah. This a lot of people did pass away from COVID, which is why we should remember this scourge, that taking the precautions, and also reflecting on where the possibility of where it came from. It wasn't handled too well in the beginning. Well, people don't take precautions as if. Well, people not take precautions as if COVID is going to trust the COVID, as if COVID is gone, trust the COVID. Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, people not taking precautions as if COVID is gone, trust the COVID. Oh, is that what you mean by trusting the COVID virus? Okay, yeah, they think it's not gone. It's never gone. It's here. It'll be here with us probably till we're all long gone and stuff like that. And then it just there'll be variants as far as that goes. You look at the bubonic plague. That's come back in some cases. So does it always go away? That's why I said if you don't trust the vaccine, at least don't trust the. Oh, I see where you're coming from. Yeah. I don't like the virus. You don't want to get sick, but we're in a world right today of medical miracles. Just by the simple aspirin, if you look at it, we're complacent on just a simple thing of an aspirin that can take away pain as far as that goes. And but we misuse those simple things as far as that goes too. And I guess I just reflect back on the medical standpoint there, double J's, is when I was diagnosed with cancer. When I was diagnosed and talking to the doctor, he said cancer, and I'm thinking, oh my God. But then he said, it's contained, Rich. And that was the shining light that came through. It was contained. So I'm thinking, okay, contained, what does that mean? The medical miracles, as far as, if that was 10 years ago, prior to that time, I wouldn't have survived. That's the advances in catching it early, as far as that goes. So we always have to listen to our bodies and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to make a big deal of this, but the reality is, because the missus and me had a very close friend that the missus worked for a number of years. He had prostate cancer, but he died. I lived. The difference was mine was caught early, his was caught outside that window. The day I got diagnosed, he was going in for his biopsy, and we crossed paths in the at the local hospital, and he was surprised to see me. Actually he was the first one I told, yeah, I got diagnosed, but there is some hope and stuff like that. He says, yeah, I'm going to go in and hopefully mine's the same, and it wasn't. He went through chemo and for about 2 years and stuff like that. He was going through a third thing of chemo, but it just ravaged his body, because I could still get it. I've been over 10 years now cancer free, and so those are, when you look back on going through the operation and stuff like that, and I'm what am I trying? It's just your health and the medical miracles that we have nowadays compared to what it was years back. And they're making advances even on Alzheimer's. There's a drug out there now that supposedly suppresses Alzheimer's, which I need to be concerned about, because my mother and my grandmother and my mother both had Alzheimer's. So is that something that's genetic? So the medical miracles that we do have, they should not be taken lightly as far as that goes. So let's see, we've been on for an hour now. Let's see, I'm just jabbering away here. I got sidetracked. We're doing the history. Let me check here. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm on longer than Hal is. Hal just went off here. I'll have to catch his replay here. Let's finish off with the history here. We got sidetracked, which is okay. Like I said, 1924, Mexico adopted a new constitution, becoming a federal republic in 1824. Belgium in 1830 was created following a separation separating from the Netherlands. Let's see. The Soviet Union launched the first successful artificial object to exit the Earth's atmosphere. The satellite Sputnik 1 launched on this day back in 1957. And that scared a lot of people. That scared, because the Russians, they just flew by the United States as far as being able to launch that into orbit. Let's see, what else? I'll just end with that one. I'll just end with that one. That's good. So, okay, 17 years ago today, Spaceship One, funded by Microsoft's Paul Allen, became the first private manned spacecraft to fly into a suborbital space. And see, that's one thing. 17 years ago, that was something like, wow. Now it's commonplace, but we shouldn't be complacent in saying that's common. Space travel is still dangerous. That same year, its innovative design won the U.S. $10 million prize, piloted and returned to Earth by Mike Melville. He became the first ever licensed U.S. commercial astronaut. The aerospace company Scale Composites, founded by aircraft designer Burt Rutan, is currently located in the Mojave, California, is working towards the goal of taking the first passengers into space. So that was before the Virgin spaceship there by Sir Richard. Because it sort of looked, okay, it is, okay, that is different, okay. So that was 17 years ago. So, all right, I guess 8:15. I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes coming up on. So I'm going to go ahead and exit stage left here, guys. I want to thank Double J's and Chris Technician for being in the chat. I want to thank you if you watched this far. Thank you for the replay. And we'll be, I don't know, we'll see after lunch. Will I be back here to do a little gaming? I've been doing some Lord of the Rings gaming offline and stuff like that. I do really need to get back into posting up some gamings. And have a great Taco Tuesday. Yes, Chris. And catch you later. Have a good yeah, we'll enjoy our vacation. I'll keep you guys posted as far as that goes. And well, we're going to get our day started here. Again, thank you for being here, Double J's. Thank you again, Chris Tech. And as always, Bazanga, Chris Tech coming in. And again, thank you all that may be watching this on the replay. It's always good to kick back, and I'll be able to do it a couple more times this week than the slotted 30 minutes that I have before I go into work. So, but this is Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Twitch, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on Twitter, where I tote myself as a social media observer, social media enthusiast. In other words, I like playing on this thing called the internet, saying, you all have a great one. Next stream, I'll have my new phone. Okay. Let's see if I look any better or if I look any uglier, right? All right, folks. You all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care.